Yeah, turn the camera on. Making a video. Yeah, I won't walk around in the weeds because it's too much crunching and all that kind of stuff. So I'll just do it from here quickly. So I really don't have time. I don't have a proper chair either. Let's try this thing. Yeah, it's metal. Ugh. Okay, anyway. Okay, there's a couple of videos. Fred made a video about, what it is to be a self and blah, 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 blah. And the layer thing, and okay, some of it makes sense, some of it just sounds like mush. Then there's this whole conversation about abortions and the obligations in relationships between people. If they produce children outside of the contract. And so Boo Boo made a video, and Pink Moon, and I don't want to disagree, but I sort of have to a little bit. But you sort of sound like you're saying women aren't capable of making contracts, are being held to them, and that sort of sounds like bullshit. I mean, what's the excuse? It's kind of like the most important decision you can make. So, like, say if I got into a relationship with a woman, and we made an agreement to buy a $500,000 house, and I spent, everything I had, I invested in it, and she made a promise to be committed to it, and all this kind of crap, and then she backs out, and I lose everything, I shouldn't be pissed, I shouldn't say, I'm taking you to court, I'm doing, what, I should just say, okay. That's bullshit. I mean, and having a kid is a huge, gigantic, preposterous responsibility. It's bigger than a $500,000 house. So you're just really not allowed to change your mind. You're just not. So if you get into the relationship with the understanding that, look, we're going to use responsible methods, we're going to have this consensual sexual act and under these circumstances, and we're not going to lie to each other. I'm not going to poke holes in condoms, and you're not going to pretend to take the pill, and there's going to be lots of things that you're just not allowed to do here. And we're going to, the end game is that we want to have some sexual fun, and we don't want to have no babies. And we're both agreeing that, neither one of us has gotten permanently fixed, so, we have to be a little bit careful about this. But the bottom line is that our safety net, so to speak, of last resort is that, you're going to get an abortion, okay? We're getting rid of the goddamn thing. And I'd even go further to say that if you plan on having the thing, it's okay. I'll suffocate it or do whatever we have to do to kill it, but we're not having a goddamn living baby, right? And that's the agreement going in. Now, she can't commit to that. She can't meet that contract. She's more than an asshole, okay? I mean, she's totally fucking somebody else's life. And, so there should be sort of a hostile statement. I mean, I don't see how a man could reject the child because of it or say, I'm not going to try to do what I have to do because of its creation. But again, the responsibilities, a lot of them, the burdens of it are going to have to be hers because it was her decision not to honor the contract, right? I mean, fuck. So I'm just saying, I mean, I'm all for this feminism shit, but there's a line where you sort of sound like you're saying women are too fickle. They can't be held to a contract. I mean, fuck that shit. That's what it sounds like to me, just saying. And, the bottom line is women do get pregnant. They have a little bit of a higher burden. I mean, if I was a woman, that's right. I mean, I'm going to set certain standards. And maybe you should set your standards pretty high if you're a woman and don't intend to get pregnant. Maybe you should. You could always say you're not going to sleep with guys who don't get vasectomies. You can make that rule if that's what you think is necessary. Because you can't commit to your abortion. You can't commit to making sure the thing is taken care of if the worst happens. Or if what can happen happens, that you're not going to do the fail-safe, safety net method of last resort to dispose of the problem. I'm just saying that's just part of the deal. So anyway, but getting back to the brain thing, it just got me thinking about relationships with people and how we're all so full of bullshit and how we connive and wheel and deal, and that sort of relates to Fred's video about what a self is. And I don't like myself. I mean, parts of myself. I'm often find myself profoundly disappointed in what kind of thoughts go through my head. People I even like, I'll sit there and critique them in my brain, say, whoa, these did. I mean, I'm sure somebody watching this video might be saying, oh, Gary's such an asshole. Gary's such a blah, 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 blah. I mean, they're having thoughts like, they could be resentful or envious, or they could be, wow, it really was frosty out here. They could have some sort of, they have some sort of petty little critique or anger or resentment, or for some past crime even. We piss each other off, and then we hold these resentments, and they're petty and superficial and bullshit, in their substance. We overreact, and then we have to save face, and somebody puts us on the saving face defensive, and it just gets, it's just these levels of complication created by just bullshit in our brains. Because they're just fundamentally, my brain is just scheming all the time. It's always looking for angles and tricks and, ways to, and the ways to, for generally speaking, it's all about personal gain. It's all about how do I win in the exchange. It's all a kind of commerce that's taking place between me and the world. And I'm always looking for the best deal. I'm always looking to, well, hey, they made a mistake. Look, they mislabeled the price. So I'm going to sneak in there and grab that. I'm doing that. I'm trying to see if I can find a way to get away cheap and easy. And I don't know why I have a perfectly good glove out here in the crap. That's not that perfect, but I don't know what the fuck this is, but it looks like it could be useful. A little pouch with thingies in it. Sound gear. I could put stuff in that. Yeah, I don't know what I would put in it, but I could. I gotta clean this place. It's such a fucking disaster. Oh, Gary, I gotta get a grip of my life here. Gots to do it. I'm missing a lid here. You see one of these around? Yeah. It's got to be here somewhere, right? Oh, there it is. Under a bunch of crud. Alright, so life can go on. Okay. Garbage in there for a change. I don't know what these are doing in the middle of the lawn, but that's not very good for the lawn. So, it's just this, I can find all kinds of flaws in myself and how I interact with people and how I try to, get what I want without paying a price for it. So we're all playing that kind of game. I'm saying most people, I think, have the same dilemma, that they have more than one self, and they have this high-minded, smart self that basically is watching and critiquing. It's saying, well, Gary, you're just being a fucking hypocrite there. You're being just a complete asshole there. You suck. It's doing it right in front of right in front of me. It's happening where the different me's, the different selves are sitting there watching each other, critiquing each other. I can see it happening inside my brain. It's critiquing itself. It's critiquing. It's commentating and editorializing on what I'm doing and how I'm doing it and what I'm thinking. And it's saying, "You conniver. I caught you conniving. You're conniving. I can see you conniving." I had an idea. I thought of, and I said, look how layered and conniving this is. So this will be. I'll finish up with this. It's just kind of an example of how our brains do this to us. All right. So I thought of this idea that it would be nice if somebody online could make money as a philosopher. Like, the real problem with this online experience is that none of us are doing this professionally. None of us can take the time really necessary to do this well. All right, we're all doing it like, I don't even have the time. I have an hour where I'm supposed to be doing something else and I'm going to waste doing this. You know, well, whatever. So nobody can make a living doing anything like this. You know, you have to be an entertainer or something else. You can't do philosophy for money. So maybe us, as the viewers of philosophy or the lovers of philosophy, maybe we ought to put a fund together, you know, put money in it, and then the money goes, we just pull somebody's name out of the hat, so to speak, and he gets the money, he gets to be a professional philosopher on the internet, and hopefully he will structure the conversation and create, you know, more energy and do things because he can devote more time to it. That'll make the experience for all of us better in the long run, theoretically. So anyway, that's the basic of the idea. And I'm saying, well, why did I come up with this idea? Oh, because I need to make money. You know, and I'm hoping to pull the ticket out of the hat. And so then part of my brain said, well, you're going to have to prove your integrity somehow. You're going to have to prove your integrity. And so I said, okay, my name can't go in the hat. Okay, I can't be the winner. I can't be the guy who gets to do this professionally. You don't get paid to be a philosopher on the internet. And, you know, that's just the way the brain works because, yeah, my brain automatically did scheme a little, say, ooh, this could work to my advantage because I really do need to find a job. And so it seemed very self-interested. And then another part of my brain said, self-interest, 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 hypocrite, hypocrite. And it said, okay, modify the plan, find a way where you're not a hypocrite, you know. And so it's just... yeah, and this is what goes on inside my head every day. This squirrely, neurotic conversation between the worst of me and the best of me. And everybody in between has an opinion sometimes. Sometimes there's a lot of conversation, and sometimes it's pretty black and white. It's just good guy and bad guy. It's the old scenario of the conscious, the devil and the angel arguing about who I should be. You know, but it's a real phenomenon. I mean, it's just, you know, it's been joked about in cartoons, you know, 70 years ago, but it's a real phenomenon. This is who we are psychologically. We are caught between this self-interested body, mind, and this high mind, this non-bodied world mind that thinks in grander concepts, that thinks logically and kind of purely and kind of non-hypocritically. And that's that high mind, I'm doing this high mind thing up here, just isn't connected to this low, scheming, self-interested bastard. So anyway, here, I think it's enough of a video. So, till the next time I attempt interaction with the world thing.